You probably know how a vending machine works. It acts as the middleman for your food cravings. You pay the machine, and it gives you whatever snack you bought. This advanced technological box, the vending machine, still needs humans to run it though. There needs to be humans who pay the electric bill. There needs to be a human who checks it when it's low. Then, when it is low, there needs to be someone who orders more of the product. Then, after the product arrives, someone still has to restock the machine. And even more so, someone has to collect the money and maybe replace some quarters. Even though this is a technological box designed to help people without needing a human, it still requires humans. Welcome to Crypto Codebreak, your gateway to unraveling the mysteries of cryptocurrency. Don't forget to show your support by liking the video and hitting that subscribe button. Here, we explain topics of the cryptocurrency world using analogies, stories, and examples so that you can easily understand them. We will talk about what a DAO is and how it works in this movie. We will also show you some situations where they might be useful. Let's start. To begin with, what is a DAO? The letters DAO stand for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. This means that the people who started the DAO agreed on a set of rules for how it should be run. If you're not sure what a smart contract is, you should watch our movie on it right away. If you know how to program them, you can make them do almost anything. This means that you won't have to ask your boss for a raise or sort through a list of applicants to find the right person to hire. Instead, a smart contract will do these things for you, leaving the company self-sufficient or autonomous. Now, we found that this station shows us how to do things best. Let me add to the example of the vending machine we used at the beginning. Every part of the vending machine's process that needs a person would be done by code, or at the very least, code versions of people, called robots. Basically, we would make sure that the vending machine could automatically check its own stock, and when it was low, we would make sure that it could send its server the information of what products needed restock. Then, when the stock arrived, a robot would restock the machine with a new product. And at this point in time, also take the cash out to deposit to a bank somewhere. In reality, this doesn't seem possible, but it is essentially how a DAO works. Speaking of that, do you know how big companies like Apple, Netflix, or Walmart, they all have board meetings? And at these board meetings, shareholders of the companies will meet together, and they get to vote and make decisions for the company. And then, the CEOs of this company get to make sure that the decisions are actually followed through using the chain of command in that company. A DAO doesn't have a CEO. As soon as a choice is made, the code of a platform is changed, which means that the whole company changes right away. Now, this is done so that computers and code can make many of the choices and do many of the simple tasks that a company like Apple, Netflix, or Walmart needs to run. You might be thinking, why code can't get better on its own? You'd be wrong, but at least you'd know where this video is going. DAOs can keep getting better and bigger, just like people, because their owners can suggest changes and then vote on them. In the crypto world, a DAO may start out with a few million coins. For the person who has the most tickets, they can have the most votes. This lets you know how much the tokens are worth and what they can be used for. It also lets the DAO get better, change, and adapt to the way the world changes. Now, this includes actually hiring, voting on a salary, and then technically even employing certain developers within the autonomous organization. It would then just pay them with cryptocurrency. In the case of a vending machine, we can say if that vending machine made any profits, it would redistribute all of those profits to the shareholders through its native DAO token. Now, there are many ways this could happen, but any token holder would supposedly get an increase in value if the vending machine DAO made a profit. So this potential profit, along with voting rights, makes holding a DAO token much more valuable than any other useless token you might see on the subreddit Crypto Moonshots. Next, I'll talk about some good things about a DAO. The fact that you can't trust it is the first benefit. This is likely the best thing about a DAO. You don't have to trust any CEO, manager, or leader with making decisions for you. There will be no end to the program, or the organization as a whole, even if a big developer quits or the money runs out. Another good thing about them is that they can't be turned off. When it comes to big businesses, the CIA, the FBI, or any other big government agency can officially say, "We're shutting you down," or "Give us all the information you have on this guy." You would have to follow through if you were in the United States. And in a DAO, they could only do this if they had a lot of tokens, put forward a plan to be voted on, and then made sure the voting process was fair. This means the government can't skip the line. And the last benefit of a DAO is that it is open source. DAOs are also open source, which means that their code is out there for anyone to look at and even improve upon. Open source projects are usually much more reliable, simply because other programmers can help the main developers find some bugs in their code, and then even propose ways to fix them. Now, even though there's a ton of benefits to a DAO, I'm going to go over two downsides of it. The first downside is that they are vulnerable to attacks. Since anyone can look at the code, it also means attackers can look at it. If these attackers know intimately how the code works, they can then reverse engineer the attacks and even test the code before deploying it to make sure that their code works. If it does, the DAO could be attacked. There are no business secrets, which is the second bad thing we found. Which means that research and development is generally just corporate talk for things that companies have spent a lot of time and money on, without getting much in return. Now, they do this because they think it will pay off one day, and it will pay off big, because no other company has what they have. But it's hard to keep business secrets safe in a DAO, because the code is all open source, and anyone can see how the DAO is set up. A lot of the ideas behind how a DAO should work have been talked about so far. Are there any cases from real life? Yes, here are some. There's the DAO, MakerDAO, Aragon, Metacartel, Gitcoin, Dash, and more. So now we're going to go over the story of the DAO, which we think is something that you should know. Probably the most important and most famous DAO is one called the DAO. The DAO is a venture capitalist fund created in 2016 that was well known for its failure. In fact, around 20,000 investors pooled around $150 million into this project. In short, the account of the DAO was actually hacked, and $50 million worth of Ethereum was lost due to the attackers. Actually, this is why we have Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. The original system, Ethereum Classic, is still hacked and the money missing. While researchers were looking at the blockchain, they saw that $50 million had been stolen and knew they could make a new blockchain where the money was returned. That's how Ethereum came to be. What the main Ethereum developers did was called a hard fork. For more information on what a hard fork is and how it's different from a soft fork, please leave a comment below. A lot of people saying, "Yes, please make a video on it." In the comments of our videos makes us so happy. Such comments make us want to make it even more. In short, right now we use people for groups, but maybe we will use smart contracts and code in the future. As this video comes to a close, we need a strange request. To get to more people, we're trying to make our Facebook page bigger. We're starting a new project. The videos we post there are often very close to the ones on this channel. Furthermore, we kindly request that you examine it, especially since Facebook is likely to become a DAO in the near future, and we wish to assist in teaching people how this stuff works. Besides that, we'd love you to see us between your cousin getting married and one of your high school friends posting if anyone is hiring. Jokes aside, thank you guys so much for watching this video. We hope that you've enjoyed it. We also really hope that you learned something, and even more so, we hope that you check out our other videos.